Hey Dudicles, I'm Hyla. Welcome to Saturday. I hope you guys are having a great day. I wanted to first off give you all just a heartfelt thank you for all of your support last week on the last sad news vlog that I had, and also the happy news that I announced. But it really means a lot, and I can tell that y'all are all really good-hearted people, and so thank you so much. Sorry I didn't have time to respond to everyone individually because it was just kind of overwhelming actually to read all the sweet comments, but I really do appreciate it so much. And on to the questions. We've got a lot of questions, so that's very exciting. So last week we did crispy beef tacos, which is one of my faves, and there were several questions on that one. DA 959 asked about salting meat before or after cooking, and said that they'd tried it both ways and couldn't really notice a difference. And all I'm going to say, there's a couple different camps on that thought. To me, I think it really depends on the cut of meat and the type of meat you're using. Like any kind of ground meat, I don't notice any kind of difference between salting it before cooking and after cooking. But if you're doing like a roast or something, I would say definitely salt it at least a couple hours before you cook it, and then put it in the fridge. Because the drying out effect, the salt draws the water out. And then it kind of leaves a layer of like salty meat water on top. And if you leave it there even longer, then the osmosis works the other way and the salt gets pulled back into the meat, so it flavors it more deeply. But something like ground meat, I really don't see how there could be much of a difference. And I just kind of typically salt at the end. I don't know why. That's just become a habit of mine whenever I'm doing anything like crumbly like that, or like spaghetti sauce or anything. So I hope that answers your questions. If anybody else has any opinions on that, feel free to leave those in the comments and we can talk about it some more. One with Books asked about the oregano, how I put the oregano in after I put in the other spices. And someone else commented that oregano can get bitter. And I don't know, I know some herbs can, that could be one of them. That could very well be true. The reason I was doing it though is just because those spices, I definitely want to make sure that the spices and seeds, things like that, get cooked longer, just because there's more to kind of break open, especially when you're using the whole cumin seeds. And the oregano just doesn't need quite as much time to get its flavor in there as herbs do, and even fresh herbs. If I was using fresh oregano, I probably would have added it in even later. Just to keep those aromatic oils in there instead of letting them cook off and possibly become bitter. So thank you, good question. Grandma Cheap Cheap asked if you could use the same tortilla baking method with flour tortillas. Personally haven't tried it, but a couple people on the Facebook page commented that they've done it that way. So I don't think you'd need to get them wet and steam them first if you were going to try it with flour. I think you could just spray them or put a little oil on them and then bake them in the oven again. So if anybody tries it, let me know how it goes and what your method was. Okay, I think that was all the questions on tacos. And we also did potato salad. And Zombie Dust XXX asked what type of potato. I use russets in the video, and they were asking if you could use other kinds of potatoes. That's totally personal preference. I like the way russet potatoes are a little starchier and softer and kind of break up into more of a mashed potato kind of texture. But if you like your potatoes to stay a little bit firmer and retain a little bit more of their dignity, I guess, then you could use those little new potatoes, little waxy red or Yukon Gold or something like that. So that's just a matter of personal preference. If I was doing a vinaigrette potato salad, like I said in the comment, I would probably definitely use a waxy potato, just because mushy and vinaigrette doesn't seem like a very good combo to me. But I think that's all the questions. Thank you so much. Also, I've got a new book coming out on Kindle in a couple of weeks probably, and it's, we're proofreading it right now and stuff. So over the next couple of weeks, I'll be doing some recipes from that book. And so stay tuned, and I'll have more information on that next Saturday. And thanks all so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great weekend. Cheers. Coffee time. Coffee time. Excellent. What is that from? Wayne's World?